On? It is Kyle Henderson and Bama Football on YouTube. Can I get a roll tide inside the comment box today? It is Friday. It is August 8th. We are 22 days away from Alabama versus Florida State. It's amazing. It seems like now we're starting to make some real ground, getting closer to the first game of the season. So I appreciate you guys being here. Please let me know where you guys are watching from inside the comment box. And thank you, as always, for supporting the show right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Man, I'm just excited because, you know, the summer season for me is, man, it is slow, all right? Like, you have to have the right psychological disposition to have a summer show talking about a game that is like 3 months away. It's a grind. So to be here in fall camp, man, it's good. And I'm just really excited. Really, you know, practice gratitude every single day. I love being here. Love being on the show with you guys. There's so much support. And yeah, we're crushing it. So this Saturday, you have a scrimmage. It's the first scrimmage of fall camp. And I think an opportunity for players to start to distance themselves. So we'll talk about 5 that we're watching on offense, 5 that we're watching on defense, and kind of high point what we're expecting to find out during the first scrimmage. All right, it's gonna be a good show. So thanks for joining me on Friday. Let me give some shout outs, as I always do, and then we'll get moving. All right, how's everybody doing today? What are you guys like, feeling it? Are you guys like, what's your mood on a scale of 1 to 10? You like pumped? It's Friday. Have you had your coffee yet? Have you had your second cup? All right, Young C, what's up, my dog? Good to see you, man. We got Twan coming to us from Naples. Twan, you know, I know you're going through some stuff, man, so thoughts and prayers. I prayed for you yesterday. I pray for you today. You got this, man. Keep fighting, keep showing up, right? We got Steve Taylor up in the house. Good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Miss Kimberly! What's up, Miss Kimberly? Good morning to you. Chris from New Jersey. Mount St. Clair. Man. Who else we got up in the house? BJ, what's up, dog? Anita, good morning to you as well. Sean the Explorer, my boy, man. Good to see you, dog. Kaylin Childress, what's up? What's up? What's up? Kaylin D. Boss just says hi. What's up? Mindy Miss Careless, what's up? How you doing? Good emoji game, Mindy. Anna, what's up? Happy Friday. Larry Large. All right, BJ, I think I already said what's up to you, but what's up again? Marcus, what's up, dog? Robert Bradley Jr. Joe Crooms. Damn, this is a star-studded show. LaToya Billingsley? Shoot, man. Ryan Harris. Todd Tipton. Jarvis. Is Jarvis here? Man, we got like the Chicago Bulls mid-90s team up in here. Ruben Poole's here too, man. Ruben Poole's like, remember John Paxton for the Bulls? He's like so important to our community. Mr. B205. Does anybody remember John Paxton? I haven't said that dude's name in a minute. Stephen Franklin, what's up, dog? Mr. Yee? What's up, Mr. Yee? All right. Case, what's up, dog? All right. You guys ready? Good effing crew, man. Thanks for being here. Yeah, dude. Where's Jarvis at? All right. Hey, super chat goal for today. 10 super chats. Can we hit it? Can we hit 10 super chats today? Who wants to be Ichiro and lead us off with the super chat? 10 today. All right. 10 super chats. That's our goal by the end of the show. Today, we are also raffling. Remember, $10. Even a super chat will get you into the raffle. This is our next raffle. it will be announced next week for a jersey from Athlete's Thread. All right. So the retail price on this is $109. $10 gets you in. You want to get into the raffle, jump on in. And if you don't want like a Ryan Williams one, I know that's featured. If you want like Ty Simpson, if you want a Keelan Russell, if you want a Bray Hubbard, any of the jerseys that they offer, I'll work with you to get you that. So if you win it, you email me and I will contact you and you'll just let me know. That's how the raffle works. So $10 to get in where you fit in. All right, a little too short for you. Do we have any Bay Area out there? Yeah, let's go. Case up in the house, man. What's up, Case? Ramma Jamma Yellowhammer. That's what's up. Appreciate the support, Case. As always, man. Coming to us from Tampa. Latoya Billingsley with a little $2 layup. Love it. Love to see it. All right. All right. 2 of 10. Someone keep track. What's up, Trevor? Good to see you, dog. All right. Patriot Life has a jersey. I'd be curious to hear his feedback because he just got a Ty Simpson jersey. So let's hear from Patriot Life. Patriot Life, he knows the GOAT. Marcus Cottrell with the super as well. The closer you get, the further I fall. All right. The closer we get to the college football season, the more pumped up I get. It's a feel-good Friday, and everybody should run the likes up. RMFT. Love to see it, dog. All right. David says, hey, here's an idea, Kyle. Get you a real job during the day and run the show at night. Huh. Okay. Appreciate the feedback, David. This is my fake job. All right. 5 to watch for the scrimmage. And as always, special thanks to our summer sponsor, Sonic, America's favorite drive-in. West Memphis, Arkansas, and Marion, Arkansas, where I-55 and I-40 hit. Next time you roll through the great state of Arkansas, tell them you're a Bama fan, and tell them your boy Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube sent you. All right, 5 to watch on offense. So, I'll go full monitor on this, and I have kind of storylines as well that are going to follow up on this. But be thinking about this. Name 2 players inside the comment box on offense that you're really watching to see or hear things about on Saturday. Of course, like there's going to be highlights from Saturday, and there'll be nuggets, and we'll hear things. But like 2 players on offense that you're kind of you're thinking about that you want to see movement from. Who are those 2 players? Coach Smith, what's up, dog? I see you inside the comment box. What was the further I get, the closer I fall? Is that 80s country? I think that's 90s. All right, so here I'm going to go. I'll go left to right, and you guys be posting them inside the comment box as well. Todd's up first, and he says Ty Simpson and Isaiah Horton. And I think, leading off with Todd's guys, yeah, can Ty pull away in this quarterback competition? Can he show consistency with his delivery? Can he continue to throw catchable balls? Can he avoid mistakes? If he makes a mistake, can he be able to pop back and show Ryan Grubb that he's capable to be the guy and give him confidence going into this next game? 100%. I think with Isaiah Horton, just kind of more of the same, right? How is this guy going to separate himself and be a problem, and how can they utilize him specifically in the red zone? Can he stretch the fields? I think that, Isaiah Horton could be an absolute crazy problem this year for defenses. So that was the 80s Alabama. Man, damn, I love me some Alabama. I'm serious. I'll be singing their songs all the time. What's your favorite Alabama song? Damn, the closer you get was 1983? Oh my goodness. Yeah, see, that's also what I had in my soul too. Damn. That is wild. Yeah, I'm looking at some of the old songs from Alabama. Damn. I guess that was So starting on the left, I think with Austin Mack, like, is this young man, like, what are we going to see from him? And I want to talk about Austin Mack because I feel we should. I mean, this guy is clearly in the race. He doesn't get talked enough about. He's got the size. We've seen him out there. What is he going to do in this next opportunity? And this is really his biggest opportunity since that A-Day or whatever it was, right? And to be honest, like, I think, like, kind of in the springtime or whatever, it seemed to me like he kind of lost some momentum there at the end. But nobody's ever said, like, nothing negative about him. I'm just so curious to see where he's at in his development, and when he does get opportunities, let's say with the first team, how is he gonna make the most of those opportunities? Because this is a long, long season. What's up, Brian? Brian inside the comment box says nothing. Keelan's up next. I don't know. I just want to hear, you know, how Austin Mack, how he does in some game situational opportunities. Because nobody really talks about the guy. Clearly, he's going to get opportunities with the ones. I mean, they all are, and they all should. But what's he going to do? This is a big Saturday, right? You got the 2 scrimmages. You'll get this one, and then the following week. So anyways, just kind of curious to what we hear about Austin Mack. I think the second one, without kind of, you know, just talking, you know, the normal players, is the you know, how is Dre Washington going to fit into the system? It seems to me like Ryan Grubb is really excited about Dre and having him in. And can he be this guy who is the third running back on this team, right? Behind Jam and Richard. And can he provide kind of another element within his game that he has? Has anyone else, like, heard some good things about Jaylen Washington? The transfer in? Fran, what's up, man? You want a road trip to Nashville? And this is a perfect segue from my boy Ruben with the super chat. He says 2 players on offense, Rico Suave and Wilcom Formby. Yeah, I appreciate you, dog. Thank you so much, man, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Rico Suave. He's my third player on the board. And look, I think clearly this is a guy who has really skyrocketed this fall camp, and there's only been 5, 6, 7 practices. And he's really shot up because of the work that he's done on his body, his playmaking ability, his top end speed. Shoot, Rico Scott may be one of the, you know, he might be already wide receiver number 4. I guess, you know, if I had to rank him right now, he'd probably 4, and then maybe Jalen held 5. It seems like Jalen Mbakwe is also climbing up the wide receiver ladder. So Rico Scott, you know, in a situational scrimmage this Saturday, what are we going to see from Mr. Rico Scott in a game situation? Hey, Rory McElroy, what's up, dog? I see you, man. Yeah, and some people have been hearing about Dre Washington. Me too, man. I really have. Okay, I put Geno Vandermark, but really it's like the first team offensive line. And with that said, the second team too, like, is Geno Vandermark going to be first? Is it going to be second? Does it even matter? Probably doesn't matter. But just where do they have Geno initially as we go into, like, when the first team, when the group of 5 goes out onto the field, is Geno Vandermark one of them? And if he's not, it's not that big of a deal. You're just like, oh, okay, well, he's a first-team reserve, and that's fine. I got Connor Talty on the board to the right. Haven't heard a lot from the kickers. We never really do. There's been kind of, you know, some positives about it, but, like, these scrimmages will give you an early indication of you know, he'll probably kick like 5 or 6 field goals tomorrow in situational type stuff. Is he 6 for 6? Is he 3 of 6? Is he 4 of 6? Where is he at? And what was the distance looking like? I think that's kind of one of the most critical components, and I'll talk more about that here in just a minute. All right. So on the defensive side of the ball, right? Who are 2 players that you're looking forward to seeing on the defensive side of the ball? Sound off right now. Defensive side of the ball. Hey, King's family, what's up, man? Good to see you. Jeff Stapleton asks, any news on Drake Kirkpatrick? You know, I think for the most part, Drake Kirkpatrick he's another player that I think has had a year 2 breakthrough, and it looks like he's battling for that Husky position. Even if he doesn't come out the winner, I just think the fact that he's battling tells you enough that he's going to play this year. All right, so you guys inside the comment box saying Keon Sabb, LT Overton, Keon Keeley, Quay Rusa. Yeah, I guess Quay Rusa, some people were saying that he's a little bit limited, so maybe he's like 90%, not 100%. I would imagine if he's not 100%, he does kind of light work and you let some of the other Wolf position players, you know, do their thing on Saturday. Mindy says Justin Jefferson and Bray Hubbard. Mindy likes defense. That's one thing that I've learned. Larry Large is saying Quay and LT. What a combo, huh? Rory McElroy is saying Old Mustard. So what I was thinking about kind of going into Saturday with the defense is I put up Keon Keeley. Clearly we know that LT Overton is the guy, but I think as we get closer, man, I saw a photo yesterday on Alabama's official website of Keon Keeley, and he looks fantastic. 282 pounds. This guy has put on probably close to 40 pounds since he's been here at Alabama total. Still moving really well. He looks like he could put on 300 pounds and still move around. I think he's so close, and I think he's definitely going to get onto the football field this year. I also put Kelby Collins, the transfer in, kind of the defensive line. I think after TK, that's Tim Keenan. I think after James Smith, you know, Jeremiah Beeman. I've been really impressed with Kelby Collins, the transfer in, right? I put Yanze Pierre there. And I'm curious to see what the rotation is at who's the number 2 Wolf? Is it Ja Latham or is it Yanze Pierre? And how do they, I thought about putting Ja Latham on here. Is like, how do they use Ja Latham? Because with him coming back for like his 6th year, whatever, look, he's good, but it kind of created a little bit of a logjam within that Wolf position. But is Yanze Pierre like the number 2? Us Alabama fans are super hungry for Keon and for Yanze Pierre to get on the field. We might have to just wait one more season for those guys to be starters, but we're getting closer. But they've been here for a while. This is their 3rd season for each of the guys. I also put Dejon Lee, Mustard. It seems to me that he's a playmaker. I have to be honest, he's probably one of the most, out of all the players I've been excited about in the recent years, I'm so excited about Dejon Lee. I don't know, I just think the guy has it. And I haven't heard any inclination to think that there's a position battle at corner, but I just feel that Dejon Lee, he's just got it. So if he's the second guy to come off, so be it. I don't care. Just having that added element for depth, or if he becomes a starter, whatever, he's got it. Hey, how about we got what's up, Trading? The Trading Chief coming to us from Hawaii. What's up, man? What time is it in Hawaii? See, because I used to, when Tua was the quarterback, I used to have the show in the morning time, but I had so many fans from Hawaii and none of them could watch the show. So that's why I started doing the show in the evening time, because they were like, hey, we want to call in. Yeah, I mean, we used to have a ton of Hawaii fans. It was amazing. Once you have it, see, it's too early. It's 5:20. Because once you have it made with the people of Hawaii, I'm telling you, you live a comfortable life. They will feed you. They will gas you up. They will take care of you. They will clothe you. I promise you, I lived the Hawaii life for like 2 seasons. It was dope. 5:20 in the morning? Damn. All right, and the last guy that I have on the board is Bray Hubbard. All right, so Bray Hubbard, look, this scrimmage, I don't, it probably gives you an idea of like the ones, probably more so the twos and things like that, guys who are in position battles. But how does the defense run with Bray back there? Does he come up? Does he bury somebody? He's one of the bigger hitters, if not the biggest hitter collectively on the team. The team plays better when he's on the field, plain and simple, right? Dylan chimes in and says, I'm really nervous about the inside linebacker posting. Justin Jefferson and Lawson is both really injury prone. I think if you look at the inside linebackers, you can rest in the fact that Nikhil Green came in, right? And you also have Caden Jones, you have, Quentin Reese in there, and then you have some young guns behind them, right? The 3 freshmen that came in. Well, I think you'll be okay at inside linebacker. There's a lot of experience. Those guys have been injured because, they've played a number of years here at Bama, but I think they'll be good. And they're not going to have Deontay Lawson doing anything crazy until he's 100%, right? When will that be? I have no idea. Someone says something about Stephen Boomwa. Yeah, Mr. Yee. So Stephen Boomwa is a defensive lineman, and you also have Chuck McDonald, who's a corner who just got in the summertime. Stephen Boomwa looks fantastic. And I've seen just a little bit about Chuck McDonald as well. All those Cali corners, right? Damani's from Cali, Zabian's from Cali, Dejon Lee's from Cali, Chuck McDonald's from Cali, right? 4 guys from Cali in that room. The Cali corners. Jeff Stapleton signs in. He says, where Bama was weak on defense was the middle of the field, gave up max explosive plays, and we need to stop that. Yeah, last year, teams wanted to run on Alabama. I showed a graphic yesterday. Teams felt comfortable running the football and kind of gashing Alabama. That was just fact, right? KW, what's up? First time I've seen you, man. Cannot wait for the season. Hell yeah, man. We are like super excited. Glad you're on the show, by the way. Jordan chimes in and says, Mustard should start against Florida State. They have big wide receivers. You know what, Jordan? I'm glad you brought that up because it's not often. Maybe we'll start to look at Florida State, kind of some more intel within these next couple weeks leading to the game. But you're right, man. Just think about this. You have Deuce Robinson for Florida State. What is he, 6'6"? They showed a couple of highlights of him making the play. Do you want Deuce Robinson going up against, just hear me out. Let's say Florida State somehow gets into the red zone. Let's say they're like 15 yards out. You want Deuce Robinson on the outside against Zabian Brown? Or do you want Deuce Robinson against Dejon Lee? Right? Squirrel White. They also have, I think, Elijah Moore, who is like 6'5". They have tall, wide. Florida State has tall, wide receivers. Very tall. Just something to think about. I'm glad you brought that up because that is true. Rory says TK got to stop that inside run. And Mindy says, I'm loving all the West Coast guys. Yeah, I'm not mad about it either, man. I think like the Cali guys, I would imagine, what is there, 8, 10 guys from California on this team? All right, so a couple other things that we're looking for in this scrimmage is, I think, clearly quarterback separation, right? Who takes control of the offense? Is that Ty? Is he just like the guy? Can he just be the guy? Does he take command of the offense? And what does that mean? How do these guys fare in like a 2-minute drill? Red zones. Can Ty Simpson distance himself from Keelan Russell and Austin Mack? Or are those guys still pushing? Is it still close? I think with those guys not having, and it's just as simple as this. Look, they haven't had any of these guys come talk to the media, maybe because the competition is still neck and neck, and that's okay. Maybe they want to just hold, the quarterback battle to their, close to the vest because they don't want Florida State to understand who the quarterback is. So scrimmages are always an opportunity for a quarterback specifically to separate themselves. We will hear things on the quarterbacks 1,000,000%. I don't think that we come out of Saturday with the starter, but I think you hear things. You're like, yeah, this guy played really well with the ones. This guy threw 4 touchdowns. Javion, what's up, man? See you inside the comment box. Marcus is asking the scrimmage is televised. No, I wish. Jamie, what's up, man? Says, what's up, Kyle and everybody? Roll Tide, for sure. Good to see you, bro. All right, let me just ask you, just straight up, before I move to the special teams. Yes or no? Do you think that the quarterback the quarterback competition right now, as of August 8th, is close? Do you think it's close? Yes or no? Or do you think that Ty is kind of pulled away and it's just kind of coach talk? Do you think that so yes, you feel it's close, or no, you don't feel it's close? Yes, do you feel that the quarterback competition is close? No, you think that Ty has separated himself. All right, so Joe Kroom says, yeah, quarterback competition is close. Most people, yeah, it looks maybe it looks 50%. See, I'm with Jarvis right here. I think that you got to roll with Ty to begin the season. It would just be kind of crazy and maybe like a gamble if you go with somebody who has 0 playing experience, like 0. I mean, Austin has what, like a couple attempts? Keelan Russell has none. And you go into this Florida State, you better be damn sure about this freshman's ability if he was to be the starter against Florida State. I think you go in with Ty. He's been here. He's played in games. Shoot, he won a game. He won the game against South Florida. I think you got to go with Ty against Florida State. 100%. Good feedback, though, with the quarterbacks. Hacker Music, what's up, man? I figured the players know. Steve says Ty probably leads, but Mac is still there. I've heard Mac is number 2. I've heard Keelan's number 2. I've never heard that Austin was 1 or Keelan was 1. All I've heard kind of from people I talked to that Ty is 1. Jeff is saying, could we see a 2 quarterback system? I don't think so. I think that would, has there been, let me ask you this. Has there been a time that there was a 2 quarterback system here? That really freaks people out. Like the schools that do it, man, especially Alabama. I don't think Alabama fans could deal with the 2 quarterback system. Can you imagine? My show ratings would just explode. Oh. So I don't think so, Jeff. I don't think it's a bad question. I don't think so. Marcus says, I feel that the coaching staff is wanting to see Simpson distance himself from Mac. Mac is one of the more of a threat than people realize. Jarvis says, when you have 2 quarterbacks, you have 0 quarterbacks. You start running the Wildcat. Hacker Music says, we did it when Tyler Watts was here. And then Jason Bailey says this, I think the $1 million question for everybody would be, do they honestly believe DeBoer brought Austin with him from Washington not to play him, especially having Grubbs being excited? Yeah. they did literally. He was the guy that they brought, and they each recruited him. It has been interesting to watch the quarterback, unfold here. All right, next up, special teams. All right. Who's handling the field goals, punts, kickoffs? Like I think we'll understand finally, like who's kicker, at least number one, who's the number one punter, or who's, the first team guy out there, and kind of like kickoffs and punt returns. Have we heard anything for punt returns and kickoff returns? Have they said anything? I would imagine like Cole Adams, Jaylen Milro, those are kind of the guys. But who else? There's got to be somebody else in that mix for returns. But I'm 100% like watching anything with kicking. That's going to like make my ears perk up. I'm a little bit nervous about the special teams. Yeah, Steve says it's the youngest group on the team in terms of experience. Hell yeah, it is. Yeah. Hattie May, what's up, dog? Good to see you, man. Hattie May checking in from, you still in Birmingham, Hattie May? And was it, I remember Hattie May would call in, and I think his roommate would call in too, right? You guys are like both fans of the show? That's what's up, dude. Should Rico Scott return punts and kicks? Put your fastest guy back there. That's a good question. I think like for me as a coach, like something that I'm looking for with somebody that returns kicks and punts is somebody that is not only fast, like north and south, but also has some shake to him, right? Change of direction is really important to me. That's why maybe like a player like Cole Adams makes a little bit, sense probably. I don't know. Nicole, what's up? Good to see you. Hattie May, is that true? Right? You're still in Birmingham, and your roommate will call too. Yeah, dude. I remember you guys, man. Pineapple Express roommate. Pineapple Express is one of the funniest movies that I've seen. It's crazy. That movie is so funny. Kyle has PTSD back when he couldn't hit a field goal to save our life. Will Riker was unbelievable. It's been a little bit shaky in the NFL. Hopefully he has a really good season. Hey, Michael Coleman's up in the house. What's up, Michael Coleman? Good to see you, man. Hope all is well. Saw you in that documentary on Fox Nation, dude. That was amazing. All right. Secondly, what I'm looking for in this scrimmage, 2 more points. I'm the first team offensive line, the second team offensive line. How dominant are the starters going to be on the offensive line? I saw this photo yesterday of Caden Proctor. He's just like, he's massive. Jaden Roberts is massive. Why has Jaden Roberts been repping with the second team? He's taking some second team reps. I don't think he's going to be a second team guard or anything like that. Maybe they're just trying to figure out, who the first 5 are. What does the depth look like? It kind of seems like the left tackle on the second team is Jackson Lloyd, and the right tackle is Michael Carroll. Those are 2 freshmen. That's exciting. I mean, they don't have any experience, which is makes you a little bit nervous, but kind of the future, if these guys grow, right, into that position. Of course, we want to see how Wilcom Formby does. Offensive line, is Cam Dewberry going to be a first-team guard? And then on the defense, like the defensive risers, right? Who's flashing at linebacker and in the secondary? Because I would imagine that Deontay Lawson is probably limited in something like this. But is there like somebody in the secondary that separates themselves at that Husky position? Do we see like a little bit more of Zay Mincy? Zay Mincy is another name that people don't talk a lot about. I would imagine that Zay Mincy and Keon Sabb, that may be a close battle. Zay Mincy's, he's good. And are any freshmen kind of under the radar on that defensive side, I guess, you know, maybe Dejon Lee would probably be one that we're really looking at. If he can become a starter, I don't know. Yeah, this is crazy. Proctor's down to 360. It's like down to 360. He's a monster, man. Absolute mountain. Pineapple Express, what's up, man? Checking in to say I love the show and I'm happy to see you doing. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. That movie is so funny. Who's seen Pineapple Express? Oh, Joe Crooms is saying Ivan Taylor at safety. Yep. Oh, I could see that. That makes sense. Hacker music. Robert's being with the twos could just be kind of a wake-up call. Pineapple Express, he's like, what do you mean the car's dead? Rory says, I want to get back to the best players we see all year in this practice. Javion, you haven't seen it? Dude, if you don't got anything to do this weekend while you wait for the scrimmage report, watch it. Oh, there you go, Marcus. You've seen it. Damn, Jordan's seen it twice this week. Twice last fall. All right, yeah, so those are the things that we're watching for, you know, with the scrimmage. And I think, you know, is there anything else, like any other main points that, you know, we're tracking? Anything else, throw it on the board. What else kind of like comes to your mind? You think scrimmage, what are you looking for? By the way, we had some NFL. Did anybody watch some NFL football last night? Because you had the Raiders taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Did anybody watch this game last night? Yo, you know what? You go look for yourself. If you look to the player stats, let's see if we could bring them up real quick. Jaylen Milro, I thought he looked pretty good. He was 6 of 10 last night passing, 61 yards. He also had 3 rushes for 38 yards. I thought, look, I honestly, thumbs up if you thought Jaylen Milro looked pretty good last night in the opportunities he had. I would say thumbs up. Robbie Oots caught a pass last night. Let's see, Robbie Oots was down here. He caught, what, 1 for 17 yards. I think Josh Jobe had an interception last night. So, it's preseason, I know. The game was a tie, whatever. You know what? I thought the offense worked well for him. Like, the play action, it would give him an opportunity to kind of look downfield, but also an opportunity to maybe just run. I mean, shoot, he ran. He looked fast as hell last night. Falcons playing tonight, Anna says. I thought he looked good. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what. I know he's not going to be the first player taken in like your fantasy football leagues. But, you know, if you get down there and you've already taken your top 2 quarterbacks and Jaylen Milro's down there, you know, later in your fantasy draft, I'm going to take him and kind of just save him for the, you know, second half of the season. Because you know how the NFL is. Quarterbacks get hurt all the time. I don't know. And he would rack up the rushing and passing yards. Who knows? He could be dangerous. Yeah, Robbie Oots did a hell of a job last night too. So good to see it. You know, love to see it. We want these former guys from Alabama to continue to go on and do their thing, right? Sir says Milro played well. He had maybe 2 or 3 iffy passes, but other than that, they're absolute darts. Yeah. Yo, the Ravens defense is just, it's ridiculous. It's always going to be. It's been like that for like, I mean, you're so lucky to be a Ravens fan. Seahawks might have a franchise quarterback, 900JJ says. Dude, and Jahad Campbell going to the Eagles was so unfair. Like, how does a player like that go in the back of the draft? Like, I I mean, and then of all teams, the only other team that he would have made like exceptionally better would like Jahad Campbell going to like the Ravens. Jahad Campbell I was telling you, he's like a top 15 pick for me. Monster. So, yeah, good to see it. More NFL, and then of course, the scrimmage tomorrow. So the scrimmage will be in the morning, and then you'll hear from Coach Kalen DeBoer. There'll be nuggets that come out, and we'll continue to track it as it comes in. So that's the show kind of leading into the scrimmage. Remember, the raffle leading up until next week is Alabama football jersey. $10 to get in. Super Chat will get you in. Otherwise, you can do Venmo, Bama_YouTube, and Cash App Bama YouTube. And we'll spin the pinwheel next week for the Alabama football jersey. And then probably do a big ticket item on Wednesday as well. Oh, Javion, 100%, dog. He's so underrated. Any other thoughts or concerns? That's the show today, by the way. Feel Good Friday show. Top Alabama songs. Man, I can't believe I went back to, Song of the South, Dixieland Delight, of course. Tennessee River. Man, I don't know where that song was. It was like in my heart, and it just kind of came out. The closer you get, further I fall. Yeah. Damn. Oh, you know what song I really like? It's not the time of year to play it, but Christmas in Dixie. Man. Christmas in Dixie, it was like, what a special song, right? All right, fam. Well, I hope you guys had a great Friday show. I appreciate you guys for kicking it with me on this beautiful Friday. There'll be scrimmage nuggets that come out, so keep your head on a swivel. As news comes out, we'll cover it. Tomorrow, probably do like a nightcap, let kind of all the dust settle, and bring you like an evening show. So keep your head on the swivel. Stay safe, stay blessed. Enjoy your beautiful life. Stay where your feet are at. And as always, thank you so much for kicking it with me today right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And roll damn tide. See you guys.
Bama Football on YouTube. Presented by Sonic. Interested in being a sponsor of Bama Football on YouTube? Email BamaFootball.
I'll put the email inside the comment box. All right, love you guys. I'm out. Kyle Anderson, Bama Football on YouTube. See you guys. Enjoy your Friday. See ya.